Thank you for joining us today for our Taking Care of Business presentation. Here at Azusa Pacific University, we love our acronyms. And so right out of the gate, we wanted to give you 3 of our favorites that we think will be very helpful for you as you begin this fall. The first of our 3 acronyms is UESC, and this stands for our Undergraduate Enrollment Services Center. They are the office on campus that handles everything related to our student accounts. Within UESC, there is another office called our Student Financial Services that you can probably guess handles everything financial related. The last acronym we're going to give you today is our Academic Success Center, and they are people that hopefully you've had a chance to connect with already that help us when it comes to enrolling for classes and anything related to building a class schedule here at APU. This is a very handy website that we've developed just for you. If there is something that you're not sure about, I would recommend checking here first because there's a good chance that you are not the only one thinking that question. So whether it is related to academics or to financials, we have a full list of some of our answers to these frequently asked questions that you can find simply by scanning this QR code. The next thing that we'd like to talk about today is our APU Now app. This is a super handy application that you can download to your smartphone. And so once you download this app, you'll find that there are several different features that you can utilize. So for one thing, if you go to the menu, you will see that all of our various campus resources will be housed right for you. So if you were curious as to what some of those are, anything from offices to clubs and organizations, those are all found locally on this application. We also have a trolley tracker, so if you want to see where any of our various trolleys will be throughout the day, this app can actually track that for you. There's a map of both of our East and West campuses, a chat feature that you can use to communicate with other students, and even a way to utilize your student ID card right from the palm of your hand. There's quite a few other features that you can use as well, so I'd highly encourage you to download this app and to take a look at what else this thing can do for you as a student. And now we will be talking about billing and payment. And so on this topic, this brings us to our Cashnet website, and this is the website that we'll actually use to have a variety of different things. And so, as you can see here on the screen, this is where you'll be able to see any statements that come in on a monthly basis, as well as actually go forward to make a payment on your student accounts. Something that you'll want to be well aware of is something that we call an authorized payer. So if you're a student watching this video right now, currently, you're actually the only one that has designated permission to view what is on this portal. If you would like somebody else, like a parent or legal guardian, to have access to these records, you'll want to go into the portal and clear them as an authorized payer. What this does is allows them to take a look at the information that is on this portal with you and also assist in making payments. So it's very important if you're hoping that somebody else is going to be able to help you with things like this. And now we'll be talking about something called FERPA. Now, this is actually a government acronym that stands for Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. And so what we have here on the slide, I think, actually articulates what this means pretty clearly. So I'm going to go ahead and just read it today. It says, when a student turns 18 years old or enters a post-secondary institution at any age, the rights under FERPA transfer from the parents to the student. For parents and guardians to gain access to a student's payment plan, the student must waive their FERPA rights for those individuals, and this is required by law, federal law. So essentially, what this tells us is that if you are a student watching this video today, all of your records are for your own privacy and yours alone. That is, unless you sign what we call a FERPA release on behalf of your parents or legal guardians. So what this means is that if you would like anybody else to have access to any of your records, you'll want to go ahead and sign a FERPA release so that they also have access to all of your records. Moving on more into some other financial information. Hopefully this looks familiar, but there are 2 types of financial aid that are very key. You'll also see these on your portal if you were to check them now. So the first of those are what we call grants and scholarships. And so we also call this free aid because this is money given to you without any cost to you. It's automatically admitted to you. And so you'll already see this on your student account. You don't have to do anything to accept these. The other type of aid that you'll see, though, are loans. And so whether this is a student loan or the Direct Parent Plus loan, these are not automatically opted in on your behalf. And so what you'll actually want to do, if you are interested in accepting these, is to log into your account and to make sure that you actually click in and accept those loans manually. And so here at APU, we do provide you with a student health insurance plan if you would like to opt in for it. A couple key things to note is that we at APU are a higher education institution, but we are not an insurance provider or broker. And so if you were curious about where we do get our student health insurance plan, this is where that comes from. And so it is actually administered by a company called Gallagher, and the exact coverage, the plan that you'll be given, is through Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield. So for some of you, you may actually already have an insurance plan that you are covered on by a parent or legal guardian. And so if you would like to remain on that existing plan, you can do so. The only thing that you'll want to be sure to do is to waive our APU health insurance so that we do not charge you for that. And so the way that you'll be able to do that is by signing a waiver. And so what you'll want to do is to go to this website that you're seeing right here on that first arrow. So it's going to be gallagherstudent.com/APU. So by clicking into that website, you'll be able to essentially tell us that you are already covered by an insurance plan and that you are good to go for the fall semester. And so key thing is that if you are planning to waive our health insurance, that you'll want to do that no later than our September 9th deadline. The last thing you'll want to do if you're staying on your current insurance is to ensure that your current insurance will allow you to receive services that are close to our local Azusa campus. All right, as we prepare to wind up for the day, just a couple key dates. August 26th, this is our move-in day and the start of welcome weekend. And so if you are moving into our campus that day, you'll be able to do that with the help of some of our handy students called our Alpha Leaders. And the events of that weekend will continue all throughout that weekend, leading up to the start of classes that following Monday, which is on August 29th. A couple other dates that you want to keep in mind are September 7th, as this will be the last day to add classes. And so if you would like to make any changes to your existing class schedule, you can all the way up until that day to add a class, or rather September 9th to drop a class. And again, that is also the last day to waive our health insurance plan. A handy checklist for you if you are someone that likes to make sure that you're taking care of everything in a systematic fashion. You'll want to make sure that you do a couple things. You'll want to waive your health insurance if you're already covered. 2, you'll want to authorize a FERPA release for your parents or legal guardians. 3, you'll want to make sure that your high school sends in a final official transcript so that we do have your most up-to-date grades in time for you to begin here. And you'll want to make sure that you submit your first payment by August 1st through our Cashnet website. Some final things. If you check your APU portal, there will be a couple handy things that you'll see in there. You'll see a to-do list. If there's anything that we need to communicate to you between now and the time that you get here, or even after you begin as a student, you will be able to find them in your to-do list, as well as in your message center. If there's anything specific that we do want to mention to you, you'll be able to find those within that center. Well, thank you very much for joining us for our presentation today. It's been a pleasure being able to share some of these things with you. Moving forward, as you do begin your time at Azusa Pacific University as a student, we are slowly going to begin the transition of getting in contact with our Undergraduate Enrollment Service Center. A quick note that I'd like to make as we conclude today is that they are slowly making the change in a name to become the Student Services Center. And so if you ever receive an email or see anything from the Student Services Center, it's the same office as what we've talked about today, UESC. And so they will be one and the same. But once again, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope that you are excited to begin your time as a student this fall, and we are so excited to see you then.